Hey everybody, my name is Jessica Thompson, and I'll be your instructor for Philosophy 101 this semester. And I thought that we would, rather than giving you like a syllabus quiz, multiple choice, we'd just do a brief as possible, orientation through the way that I set up our course and go over a few aspects of the syllabus together. And this will also give us a little bit of practice with PlayPosit, which is the way that the lecture material that will be delivered. So like multiple choice questions will pop up throughout this video. So, and we'll have a bunch of those this semester, and it's part of your grade. So it'll get us a little bit of practice with that as well. So right now, let's just begin. Nice to have you, by the way. Um, right now, I am in the instructor view. So your homepage will look something like this, but not quite. So right here, I've made buttons to just get to things more easily, like the syllabus, modules. I'll set it, unless I forget, I'll set it every week so that if you just click modules, it'll bring you to the one that we're on for the week. Student services, this is a really important connection, right, where you can get all sorts of help this semester, be it help with coursework, um, personal help, counseling, financial help, and there are links to forms in here. I encourage you to just um, take a quick tour through student services. And then this is our Zoom room, and this is always going to connect to my personal Zoom room. And this is where I'll be during our office hours, which are on Fridays. So if you want to see me or speak to me during office hours, you just click on this. We don't have to set up like a special appointment with a password and stuff. Just go into the room. All right. Without further ado, what I'm going to do is quickly take us on a tour of what things are going to look like for you. Now, again, this is my view, so you're only going to be able to see what I've published, and I publish modules weekly. We just go week to week. And so this is what your first module will look like, and you already know that if you're watching this video, right? But as far as the layout of the course is concerned, this first week is just easy getting used to our environment and stuff, right? And then this is what you can expect. Week 2, we've got philosophy in general, and I divide things up in terms of, an overview of the week, along with this is where I put your required readings as well. And then things to submit and complete will be right under here. And by the way, this semester I'm just trying something new. I'm setting Canvas so that you have to kind of walk through things in order. Like some of them will just be, make sure you look at this first, and then the next thing will open up. Make sure you at least look at this first, and then things will open up accordingly. But this is especially important. I'm doing this because, this is philosophy, and a lot of these readings are difficult, right? Some of them are difficult because of the era in which they were written, right? Like the 18th century. But that's why I make these interactive videos, to kind of set us up mentally for what's to come. So my idea for this semester is to just make sure that before you're moving on to the assignments, which are based on the readings, that you're doing the interactive video first, because it'll get your mind, it's in plain language, it's me, I made the PowerPoints, right? And it'll just get us into the pocket of what we're studying. And hopefully, at least I designed these interactive videos to, as like an entree into the harder stuff, right? So, as far as the trajectory of the course is concerned, this is what we'll be looking at. Couple weeks of just philosophy in general, right? Then we're looking at epistemology in general, and we can see this will make more sense as we go through the course, right? First half of the semester is epistemology, which are philosophical theories of knowledge, right? Week 7, we got truth, and then on to belief. Then we got a midterm on the first half of the course. And as you can see, you'll have a study guide for the midterm that's really specific. PowerPoints I've collected for you in one place to help you compile notes, right? Then, second half of the course, we do metaphysics, right? Theories of reality, what is really real. And so again, start that in general, move on to the specific metaphysical problems of philosophy. And they're called problems because there's no solution as of yet. Science hasn't been able to give us a solution to a lot of these problems. And so philosophy chisels away using logic, thought experiment, argumentation, and such. Right? It's really cool. Actually, this is my favorite portion. The second half is my favorite. But we go with the mind-body problem, problem of consciousness and artificial intelligence, problem of personal identity over time, free will, and then the problem of evil. And then the last week we'll have the metaphysics exam, which is, we call it the final, right? But it only covers the second half of the course. And you have the same sort of materials available for you there as well. So that's what we're looking at. What I really quickly wanted to walk you through is like a sample, what a sample overview looks like for week 2, because that's really when we get into the material. So, I try to whittle down the objectives for the week. The readings are all linked to here. You'll have a PowerPoint, available for you there. The interactive video activity. There's only about two, there aren't interactive video activities for the exam weeks, but most of the modules have interactive videos in them to set you up, unless you get one and then the next week is a continuation of the basic ideas, right? So that's how the first half of the semester kind of goes. I'm going to flash back there in a second, but then a couple supplemental videos that are really specific and hand selected by me to help you understand the material for the week a little bit better. Quickly, like I said, we're going to go philosophy in general. There's an interactive video here to set us up. And then notice there isn't one here, right, for this week 3 module. And that's because it's going off of what was said here. And then when we get to epistemology in general, you'll have an interactive video, but then there isn't one for the next couple weeks because we're operating off of what was discussed in that one before. But then when we get to the metaphysics portion of the course, there's one every week. And it's sort of like, I think 30% of your grade. So, and you can retake them if you want to, and you'll read that in your syllabus. So let's move on really quickly. Yeah, you can see that here, interactive videos and discussion boards. I'm going to walk us through the syllabus really quickly. So you can read all of this on your own. There's nothing you needed to purchase for this course. I've compiled everything for you using open educational resources and fair use texts, right? So the important, well, all of it's important, right? But what you're going to be graded on is there'll be weekly written assignments and these are, they're reading comprehension questions that are based on the readings for the week. And I make that really clear. There's a different number of them per week, but I've designed them with the idea that it's not too much. I really just want you to understand what the reading said and put these answers in your own words. And there are important stipulations that are included in each assignment about how to get full credit for each, um, which we can take a look at really quickly. I'm going to show you that, and then we'll return to the syllabus. For instance, there's only 6 for week 2. I mean, it'll vary. Some weeks there'll be 6, some weeks there'll be 10, right? But the important thing here is that before we begin turning these in, you look at the assignment instructions page, and that's linked to in every assignment. So for full credit, thoughtful, well-developed, complete sentences. Each answer should be at least 3 sentences long minimum. And when I say that, I don't mean, I mean well-developed sentences, right? So not just one complex sentence broken down into 3 very simple ones. 3 thoughtful full sentences minimum each. And sometimes you're going to need to do more if the question requires it, but every question needs at least 3 full thoughtful sentences. Labeled, you can look at this. And then there's a quick video about the Turnitin procedure because your Turnitin match number can exceed 15%. Watch this video and you'll know what's up. And then you get full credit for those. All right, so we're going back to the syllabus. I'll pull it up from here. Can see all that here. Canvas doesn't take pages, documents, so just PDFs and words and such, right? Interactive videos and discussion boards are 30% of your grade. So you're doing one of these interactive videos now, and we'll have a bunch of those throughout the semester. And discussion boards, there'll be 3 or 4 mandatory discussion boards. We're not going to have them mandatory every week, right? 3 or 4 of them will be mandatory. Those will be noted when they're mandatory. The rest of them that show up in modules will be extra credit, and I'll clearly mark that as well. And going forward, as we work through the semester, you can count on mostly due dates. I'll release the module on Mondays, and then everything will be due on by Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. unless it's a mandatory discussion board. And in that case, your initial replies are due Friday nights, and then your response to somebody else will be due by Sunday nights. And that's so that people who want to keep their weekends free for their friends, family, personal, so that everybody isn't just doing it and waiting for everybody else at the last minute, right? The tests are 30%, the exams are 30% of your grade, 15 and 15. The late work policy is that generally speaking, I don't take work. Once we're done a module, once we're done a module, we move on to the next module. And that is, of course, unless something happens. And I understand that. Then what the syllabus says here is if you miss a deadline and you don't contact me before the deadline, just have whatever documentation ready to show me and we can work that out, that backs up that there was an emergency that prevented you from doing the work. Otherwise, if something goes wrong and you see that it's going wrong, right, in advance of the deadline, just email me. Always email me. Contact me using the inbox feature of Canvas. I'm really good with those. I'll respond to questions, concerns, requests really quickly. Just stay in contact with me. We'll work something out. Okay. Extra credit will be in the form of intermittent discussion boards when they're labeled extra credit. Otherwise, they'll be labeled mandatory. You can read all of this stuff as well. Yeah, and your important dates. I think that's about it for now. I don't want to take up any more of your time with this sort of stuff. So if you have any questions or concerns, um, please, anytime. It's not bothering me. This is my job. I love my job. Message me through Canvas whenever I get back. I have it connected to my phone. I get back really quickly unless I'm in another meeting at Pilates or is taking a nap or something, right? Or asleep for the night. So that's it, everybody, I think. And it's a pleasure to meet you and welcome to the course again.